Greetings. Today, the moon continues in Taurus, kind of zipping through Taurus to go into Gemini around 1:25 p.m. Pacific time. So we have both of those energies. So depending on your time zone, a little bit more Taurusy in the morning to afternoon and a little bit more Gemini toward the evening. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Tuesday, April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. Maybe there will be some more of those April Fool's jokes happening once the moon goes into communicative Gemini. And so we're thinking about these energies because the moon is the mood of the day. And so we've got two moods, two moons and two moods happening today. So when the day begins, the moon is in earthy Taurus. And yesterday we talked about working with that Taurus moon energy for grounding, thinking about your body, connecting to the earth, and what helps you feel centered and grounded, because that practice of attending to your body and your body's needs, of getting grounded and connecting to the earth, will help you connect with that bigger picture of what is unfolding and moving through you in that bigger picture, in terms of spiritual needs, your heart's needs, a bigger picture of meaning and truth and feelings. And so bigger things that are moving that don't have words just yet are moving on the inside. And the more you can attend to your physicality, your connection to the earth, and to taking in the gifts of the earth through your senses. Taurus is ruled by Venus. It really has that connection to pleasure, and specifically the pleasure of how we receive beauty through our senses, right? Through our sense of taste, our sense of smell, our ability to hear and see and touch. And so our senses help to awaken us to the gifts that the earth has to offer. And when we pay attention to our senses and pay attention to what we are receiving, we are taking in that information on that cellular level, right? That connection to our senses helps us receive information that kind of bypasses the mind, right? It's going directly to our, well, in the case of smell, for example, right? You're taking in aromas, it impacts you at deeper levels in ways that maybe you can't put into words. Same with beautiful sounds, music, right? You feel it at your soul level, your cellular level, whatever that is. So opening to that connection with your senses and how you receive information on that deeper level. And Taurus reminds us also to practice gratitude, to remember that the good things that the earth has to offer, the good things that life has to offer, and through being grateful, through choosing consciously to be grateful for the things that we appreciate, we are giving energy to that in ways that support it to grow, support the things that make us feel good to grow and to receive our thanks. And then that helps to nourish the energies, right? The same way you want to give gratitude and appreciation and recognition to a child, that helps them feel safe and secure and grow and thrive and step more fully into what they're here to do. So thinking about your appreciation, your gratitude for the good things that are in the world is also a good way to redirect your energy if you're feeling overwhelmed by some of the things that are happening. If you have moments of just dealing with some hard feelings, just remembering to connect with your senses can help you get grounded, and remembering to have gratitude for the good things can remind you that there are good things in the world. There are good people in the world. There is a lot of beauty and goodness in the world. So send out your gratitude for that. And don't forget to send gratitude to yourself for all the things you do to support your own process, to be there for others, and to do what it is that you are good at. So, gratitude for yourself, of course, also. And I didn't know I was going to talk so much about that. So then when the moon goes into Gemini, 1:25 p.m. Pacific time, so 4:25 p.m. Eastern, that shift of the moon into Gemini brings more of a mental quality. So now we're shifting into ideas, communication, processing information, putting it into words. So maybe some of those things you connect with through your senses can start to find a way to be put into words, some way that you could express your feelings, your thoughts, things that are moving inside of you. And finding the words sometimes can really help you in your process to work with the energies. So find the words to say what you need to say outwardly to someone else, in relationship and communication and conversation, in dialogue, in email. I don't know. We don't do too much letter writing these days, but maybe you could even write something out and send it in a letter, right? That's a kind of a deeper way, I think, to connect, because it's not something we do very often. So find ways to share your words, your thoughts, your ideas, your feelings, put it into words. And journaling is another good thing to do with the Gemini moon, focusing, of course, on getting in touch with this deeper place of what is moving inside of you, what you are discovering or rediscovering or remembering for yourself, with Venus and Mercury both retrograde in Pisces, remembering things that connect you to a bigger picture. So find ways to share your words, to find those words, and to practice, writing things out, or maybe spend some time on a writing project. So as the moon goes into Gemini, and we'll be in Gemini for a couple of days, then we'll have that Gemini energy to work with. We also have Jupiter in Gemini, so there's some opportunities for expansion and abundance of ideas, and that passing by the moon of Jupiter won't happen until I believe it will be on Wednesday. So anyway, work with the Gemini energy, but do the Taurus stuff first. Thanks for being here. I'm Marina Orms, and you can learn more about me and how to work with me at astrologyheals.com. I've got opportunities for private sessions, looking at your chart, getting support for whatever it is you are working with in your life, how you can show up best and be your best self in the world and make a positive difference. So check it out at astrologyheals.com. And thanks for being here and subscribing. I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.